Hi everybody, today I have a story for you called Bark George. Bark George, and it's by Jules Feiffer. So this is just a kind of a funny short little story that I enjoyed and I wanted to share with you. My camera just went crazy for a minute. Okay, Bark George. George's mother said, "Bark, George." George went, "Meow." What animal says meow? Cat. "No, George," said George's mother. "Cats go meow. Dogs go arf. Now bark, George." George went, "Quack, quack." What is he doing? What says quack, quack? A duck. Maybe he's just being silly. "No, George," said George's mother. "Ducks go quack, quack. Dogs go arf. Now bark, George." George went, oink. Look at George's mother. How's she feeling in that picture? Look at her eyes and her teeth. I think she's very happy. Do you? Do you think he's playing around? "No, George," said George's mother. "Pigs go oink. Dogs go arf. Now bark, George." George went, moo. Now look at his mother. Oh my gosh, she even has her paw over her head. She's like, oh no. Maybe George is talking back. What do you think? Do you think he's talking back? Like when your parents say something to you and maybe you get a little fresh? George's mother took George to the vet. "I'll soon get to the bottom of this," said the vet. "Please bark, George." George went, meow. Ooh, so even at the vet, he's not doing the right thing. The vet reached deep down inside of George and he pulled out a cat. Oh my goodness, out of his mouth. How did that get in there? "Bark again, George." George went, quack, quack. The vet reached deep, deep down inside of George and pulled out a duck. This reminds me of the old lady who swallowed the fly. There's more she keeps swallowing. This is kind of like the opposite. The vet's pulling it out now. "Bark again, George." And George went, oink. The vet reached deep, 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 deep down inside of George, pulled out a pig. Holy moly. "Bark again, George." George went, moo. The vet pulled out his longest latex glove. He reached deep, 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 deep down inside of George. Do you think he's really going to pull out a cow? And pulled out a cow. How is that even possible? Look at his mother back here. She like fell over. She was so surprised. "Bark again, George." George went, arf. Oh my gosh, he said arf like a dog. I love how the vet back here is totally exhausted. Look, his glasses are all messed up, his hair, the chair's knocked over. And look here, how excited the vet and mom are that he said arf. They solved the problem. George's mother was so thrilled that she kissed the vet and the cat and the duck and the pig and the cow. On the way home, she wanted to show George off to everyone on the streets. So she said, "Bark, George." And George went. It doesn't tell me on this page. Do you think he's going to say arf? Let's see. George says, hello. Did he swallow a person? Did he swallow a person on the streets? And now he's saying hello? The story ends. So we don't know. Oh my goodness. So friends, that was just a funny little story of how they solved the problem. The mom took him to the vet, George to the vet, and they pulled out all these animals and they solved the problem and he said, arf, but then he said hello like a person. So maybe they didn't solve it after all. I wonder if there's a second one to this so we can find out what happens. All right, friends, nice to see you today. Tonight's the big night, graduation night, and I'll see you again later. Bye, everybody.